Hello beautiful souls, I am so excited because today we are unboxing a deck I have been wanting to get my hands on for a really long time, so I'm really excited because we are going to be unboxing the Crystalstruck Tarot by Moonstruck Crystals with artwork from Kara Pavlik. I'm really excited to see this, so let the magic begin. I first came across this deck about 6 months ago and I saw it on Tarot by Peachy's Instagram and then I saw it on her website. I really wanted it, but at the time I was on a bit of a deck hiatus and then I fell really ill with migraine, and unfortunately I also suffered a loss, which is something I haven't really spoken about because it's been a bit too painful to bring up. But either way, those things set me back a bit and I didn't get a chance to get this deck. And so I was really excited when I reached out to Sarah the other day and said, do you still have any left? And she said, I'm restocking them soon. So I immediately ordered one. I'm so excited. I think this is going to be just probably my favorite tarot deck because it just encompasses all the things I love: crystals, tarot or oracle decks, and shiny things. So I feel like this is my dream come true. I'm really excited. Like honestly, I cannot wait to see what this deck looks like. I cannot wait to use it with you guys. So today we are just going to be unboxing and reviewing it. Everything will be timestamped below, and then I will be doing a follow-up pick a card reading for Aries season, so make sure you are subscribed so that you can keep an eye out for that. So I think we should just dive straight in and just look at this seriously holographic gorgeous deck. I can't wait to dive into this. It arrived yesterday and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to get into that. So let's have a little look inside. Something I'm really excited about with this deck is to see which crystals she has paired with the major arcana, which crystals are paired with the minor arcana, like how are they represented? Is each minor arcana card going to be a type of a certain crystal, like different coloured quartz, for example, for pentacles or cups? Or are they going to be all completely different crystals? Because let's face it, there are so many crystals out there. So I just can't wait to dive into this and see what the guidebook is. Like how are you going to, oh, this is going to be so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is a very matte box, which is beautiful. You guys are probably just going to see a bit of the holographic there. Yeah, it is so pretty. So on the front it says Crystalstruck Tarot, 78 card deck and guidebook, Moonstruck Crystals, with these gorgeous crystals in the center, these clouds and this moon around. On the side it says Crystalstruck Tarot. Probably you won't see that. I'll do some close-ups, don't worry. And then on the back there are 3 examples. We have the Fool, which is aragonite or aragonite depending how you say it, Tower, which is smoky quartz, and Temperance, which is celestite. So I'm so excited to see these. Combine the intuitive wisdom of tarot with the energetic and healing properties of crystals with Crystalstruck Tarot. This hand illustrated 78 card deck uses a traditional tarot format with a unique crystal twist, which is the bit I'm so excited about. Each card is printed with holographic gold foil along with a vibrant holographic starstruck edge. This is so cool. I really love this. I saw this in a video that she has on her Instagram and honestly it just looks incredible. I hope I can capture this for you on camera because it's so exciting. This deck is ideal for beginners learning to read tarot as well as advanced readers looking to add crystal properties to their readings. I'm so excited. Let's open it up. Oh my god. Whew. Here we go. Oh, okay, so we've got matte black on the inside, which is fine. You know, there's so much going on this deck, you almost don't need it to be crazy. Oh, it looks like it's quite a small guidebook. How interesting. Okay, well, we'll start with the guidebook because that's the first thing we come across. So as you can see, it's not only small, but it's also very thin, and that's absolutely fine. Everybody does what they feel is correct. Perhaps the author is hoping to give you like the basic or essential elements of each card so that it can guide you as you build in your tarot so that you can become more advanced and learn to trust your intuition more. So that's interesting to me. Sometimes you expect beginner decks to have loads of information, and whilst that's a really good idea, actually it can kind of cloud your judgment or your intuition a little bit. So let's have a look inside. We have a contents page which talks about the introduction, the major arcana, minor arcana, suit of cups, suit of swords, suit of pentacles, suit of wands. Then we have the introduction with a little bit of information. Oh, and it does talk about the corresponding crystals for the major arcana here, which is exciting. So my favorite crystal is Larimar, and that has not made it onto the major arcana, so slightly heartbroken. I'm joking, I'm sure it'll be in there somewhere. Okay, let's just have a look. So then it goes through with a bit of information for each card, like a keyword section you could say, and then a little bit of information. So this is going to be really fun actually, I think. And then it talks about the minor arcana. Yeah, this is interesting. So it does look like they are the typical suits. So you will still have, say, the 9 of Swords, but what crystal that corresponds with, or how she has represented it, I'm really excited to see. I don't know if there's any information about the author in here, which is kind of a shame. I would have liked to have found out a bit more actually, but as I say, I can always have a look at their website and see what it says on there. And then on the back it just says Crystalstruck Tarot, Moonstruck Crystals, with the website www.moonstruckcrystals.com. Cute. And that is again matte. There is no foiling or anything on this. This is nice and simple. Let's get to the main event, because that's really what we're all here for, right? Is to just indulge ourselves in the absolute beauty of this deck. I'm so excited. Okay, so we'll tip it out. Okay, on the back, on the inside of the box, it says the magic is in you, and it's got this really pretty artwork. I think all of it has been drawn by hand on, oh my god, what's it called? Adobe Illustrator or something like that. I don't know. I did have a look at the author's Instagram, as I say, and I just was so excited by the deck. I did watch a few videos of the creation process, and I was like, this looks really exciting, but I just knew I wanted to get my hands on the deck and actually have a look at it for myself. So that is what the box looks like. It does have beautiful holographic stars literally all the way around the edge of the box. I mean, I love the details. Love the details. Okay, just pop that there for now. And we'll take a look at the deck, which, oh my golly, this is so exciting. Okay, first thing I need to get this plastic wrap off, which always makes me so nervous, cutting plastic wrap off a deck. But there we go. Oh, I actually think I did that all right, you know. So we have to start by talking about the holographic edge. You won't see this here, but I will obviously do close-ups for you. But along the entirety of the edge of each card is this gold foiling, but it also has holographic stars on the edge. I have never seen any other deck do this. If you know of one that has, please let me know, because I don't know. But I think this might be the first of its kind, and I think it's so cool that she's done that, and I don't think it will pick it up. So it's really beautiful gold foiling, and there are just thousands of little stars in all different holographic colors. I don't even know how she did that. I love that she came up with that, and I just think it makes the deck really unique and really exciting. Obviously each card is a purpley black color, which is really nice. And if we look at the back of the cards, the only thing I'm going to say here is you obviously have these beautiful imagery of the moons, the crystals, the clouds. However, it does have Crystalstruck Tarot written on the bottom. The only thing I would say is it does mean when you're shuffling, you will know if you are picking something that's reversed or upright, depending on how you shuffle. Some people obviously spread the whole deck and pick. You will be able to see that. So that's the only thing I would say that perhaps didn't need to be on there. But then at the same time, you do want to brand your product right. You don't want people to be able to give it away and not know where it's come from. So I do understand that there's probably an element of that that's come into that, right? It is important that people can't just run off with your deck. But it is a beautiful back, and it is obviously this gorgeous gold holographic. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's really pretty. I love it. I think it's great that she's included the moon as well. That's really interesting to me, because of course, what's your interpretation of connection with the moon? In fact, I kind of wish the guidebook had had a bit more information about the background, like the creative process, and you know what drove and motivated the author to create this. I love understanding things at deeper levels. So I think that this is a beautiful back for a deck. Very excited to work with this. Why don't we have a look through the major arcana? So I've got the major arcana for us to go through together. I'm very excited to see which crystals have been paired with each of the major arcana, and I'd love to know why. Again, like, I just find that fascinating. Maybe it was just an intuitive thing, or maybe it was just years of research. Who knows? I don't know. I will find out. Let's go through them together. So we have the Fool, which, as I said earlier, was aragonite, which is interesting because she's made this look like a flower, which I love. Then we have the Magician, clear quartz. The High Priestess is pink amethyst. I really like the design of this card with the third eye and the moon and the crown. That's really cool. Then we have the Empress. Ooh, another crown. Oh, this is nice, with moonstone. This looks like rainbow moonstone. And we have the Emperor with ruby. That's cool, like a big crown. There's gonna be lots of crowns, obviously. The Hierophant, lapis lazuli. Oh, this is really nice. I like that. I'm always excited to see how each of the major arcana is interpreted by somebody when they create a deck, and what little details they choose to focus on, because obviously traditional tarot is a really quite a zoomed out image, and you can see the person, where they're sitting or standing, what's going on around them, as the imagery that gives you the symbolism that you need. So I love when they zoom into something specific, because that to me is really what they feel is important about that card. Then we have the Lovers. Well, that's cute. Two moons. Interesting, because obviously the moon is not the best card to receive at times. However, the moon is quite feminine, and it's connected to that kind of emotional side of yourself, which you could say you need in a relationship. The Chariot is pyrite. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. Strength is onyx. I mean, that's quite hard to depict onyx, let's face it, because it is a really black matte with a slight sheen on it crystal. The Hermit, sapphire. Oh, I really like that. That's nice. The Wheel of Fortune is aventurine. Aventurine is probably one of my least favorite crystals, which I know is weird to say that, but I just never feel that strong a connection to it. So I'll be intrigued to see if I can feel more of a connection using this deck. Justice, ametrine. Interesting. I really like that with the sword and the scales coming together. The hanged one, how like, wow, this has to be a really unique depiction of the hanged man, woman, or the hanged one, depending on what you prefer. I love that they've gone for a pendulum. That's so interesting because that gives you an element of connection and empowerment, because when you use a pendulum, obviously you are holding yourself as still as possible and you're connecting to your intuition, and you're allowing your intuition and spirit to come together and to help that crystal or that wood or that brass, whatever piece of instrument it is, to move. So I really find that interesting because they've given you an element of like, you're the one in control here, as well as being connected to what's going on. And technically there's no upright way that you can have that either, so that's quite an interesting interpretation. Then we have death, which is a really cool mask, and that's obsidian. Again, quite a hard crystal to depict on a black background. Then we have temperance with celestite, which is nice. Again, I'm not the biggest celestite fan. It's nice, I'm not overwhelmed by it. The devil is labradorite. I'm slightly gutted because I really love labradorite. I think many people do. And I would also say that labradorite is a very protective crystal, and it's really good for when you're doing sessions with people, or if you're an empath, not picking up other people's energies. So I find that really interesting because obviously the devil is very much about temptation. So I'd love to understand, again, like what intuition or motive there was for each of these crystals. The tower, smoky quartz. I'm happy that there's a rainbow included in this, because smoky quartz is again another really protective energy, but then you can argue like maybe the tower is coming to protect you, to release what isn't serving you. We have the star with aura quartz. Oh, I love a bit of aura quartz. That's pretty. The moon is amethyst. Interesting. I do like that. And what's interesting is there's quite a sunny element to that moon. Then we have the sun with citrine. I'm glad that they've put the sun as citrine because that's just the most sunny crystal you can have. Then we have judgment with charoite. I actually have a pendant with that actually, and they've really got the trumpet here with the angel wings, which is lovely. And finally the world, which is moss agate. I mean, could you have picked more of an earthy crystal? Not really. So yeah, that's really cool. I love the way that they've put like the gold foiling over the planet, which is, yeah, that's cool, and the sun and the moon. Fabulous. What a beautiful set of major arcana cards. So I think what we'll do now is go through all of the minor arcana. let's just test the stock. Okay, that's pretty good actually. I'd say that's quite a strong card stock. It's obviously not too hard because, you know, you don't want to have a deck that you can barely shuffle because it's so tight. However, it's got a little bit of bend, but it's strong enough, so that's good cardstock. So it does look as though every single card is a different crystal. Obviously some of the more watery ones have been put with the cups, or some of the more air-minded ones have been put with the swords, for example, but on the whole it is different crystals entirely. And rather fittingly, we have, for example, the Ace of Pentacles is jade, which is fantastic for abundance and money and fertility, right? I literally can't get over how incredible that edge is. I really wish it was picking it up. I'm trying to like squint because I can't see properly with my contacts in. But yeah, oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so that's the entire deck. What do you guys think of it so far? Is this something that you feel quite cool to connect with if you also love crystals like me? Or maybe you have never ever seen a tarot deck before, or never seen crystals before. You just stumbled across this video and just thought, oh, that looks fun, what's that? And maybe you're like, wow, I really need to get my hands on that deck. So you can absolutely check out, I'll put a link below. I think this is a beautiful deck. I'm very excited to start working with it, and I wonder if in a way it will help me to tune more into crystals, even though I have quite, I would say quite a basic knowledge of crystals. You know, I'm not going to claim that I'm like advanced or anything. You know, I know certain crystals well, other crystals I've never heard of, right? You know, there's so many. However, I hope that working with this deck will help me to connect more and more to crystals, and yeah, I'm just so excited. I just think it's literally like the deck of my dreams to have crystals and tarot merged together. I do know that there is a Crystalstruck affirmation deck, and I did think about getting that one, but I thought actually I really want to see how the crystals have been connected to tarot. I think that's really interesting, whereas of course the affirmation deck is just going to be crystals with the affirmations, which is beautiful, and it's the same kind of design and idea. However, I thought the tarot was just something that would be really fun to connect with and work with. So let me know what you think of this deck in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you if this is a deck you think you might add to your collection. I will definitely be enjoying using this, and you will see this in my Aries season pick a card reading, so don't forget to check that out. But I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in next week's video. Ba-da-da. Ooh, ooh. Need some water. Oh, that flower agate's nice. Oh, oh, oh. The Queen of Cups is Larimar. That makes so much sense. I'm so glad that they picked that. And it's such a beautiful card as well. Amazonite. Ooh. Look at Spirit Quartz. That's so cute. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. Put my water over there, which was a bit silly. If I can get my hands to work. Okay. Obviously each deck is kind of a purpley black. Oh, hang on, let me, it's quite hard to hold it. So plastic everywhere. Okay, looking to add crystals. The pentacles or coins, that's the same thing. Look like, so I first saw the